So we're gonna have a few rounds of Modern Warfare tonight. We are aware of an issue. What? So this is a test how the stream will handle the new bitrate on my OBS setting. Before I set it to 2500 and right now I increase it to 4500. So yeah, let's try. Field upgrades, we don't use that usually. No. What's this? Trophy system. Deploy with autonomous defense system that destroys up to refresh duration, fast, slow. Okay, I'm gonna use that instead. Munitions. Yeah, I think I'd rather use the munitions because I'm mostly potato and what's this? Oh, okay. No, what are we using? Precision strike. Alright, I'm gonna. Oh, this counter UAV. Yeah, that's all for now. So it says that we are already online. And alright, seems fine. Let's see how it goes. And here we go. Seems that the streams is not working well with FPS. Alright, let's just see. We'll see.
Team deathmatch. Demon Dogs came to play.
Where are they? There should be someone right there. Usually they spawn right in there in that building. And knew it.
We're in the lead.
So hit him once.
Contact!
Oh crap.
Taking fire!
Not gonna go there.
Enemy at the crossroads.
So far,
We've lost the lead.
the stream is good. Where am I?
Contact!
Where?
Enemy UAV online.
Oh, I didn't see that guy. Damn it, I'm lost again. Shit. Here? Ooh. What happened to the street?
I'm taking fire!
How about we're gonna
Enemy
check
at the
down here?
crossroads.
UAV online.
Am I looking at the right direction?
Contact!
Enemy at the shanty town.
Oh, here. I knew it.
Enemy UAV online.
Yeah, I think the stream is looking good. It's not that laggy. Thanks to the 10 Mbps. Oh crap, that was a headshot, no.
Enemy at the shanty town.
Personal radar online. Enemy personal radar online. Enemies here. Enemy care package. Enemies in the area. Enemy UAV online.
You gonna go? There was one guy in there.
Enemies halfway there. Step it up. Enemy chopper gunner inbound. Enemy UAV online.
What the? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh man.
Enemy VTOL jet inbound.
That's a BS. Where do I go?
Recon out!
Why I'm such so low?
Strike incoming. Allied cluster strike inbound. Danger close. Enemy personal radar online.
Yeah, that's fine. Why am I getting 50? That is why. That's why I can't see them. I'm just getting 50 FPS.
Enemy at the crossroads.
Holy. It's too slow. Is that because I increased the bit rate? That is not looking good. Oh, that is not looking good. I'm only getting 50. Yesterday I had like 60, 70, and so that was so playable.
Enemy
Right
personal
now
radar
I'm
online.
getting 50. That's probably because I'm... yeah. I just set it to low. Impacts, desolation, yeah. Shadow map. Nope, we're not. SM2A. Let's put it on top of field. 0.
Enemy in the courtyard.
Let's try to squeeze in there. So we're now at 60. That's
Enemy personal radar
fine,
online.
I guess. Really hit that sunlight.
We're losing this fight. Get your heads in the game.
Where are they at?
Enemies in the area.
Alright. Oh, I
Going hard out there. Rest up,
The house
we'll hit them
is
again.
I guess it's fine. Guess I should probably just play Tekken then. So what do we have? Laser? What? A laser? Nah. Ammunition. 50 rounds, I guess. Ooh. This one? Oh, this one. Yep. Let me take this one. Camo. And that one. Nope. Ammunition, 7 rounds. We'll go.
Team deathmatch. We've got enemy inbound.
Team
Lock and load.
deathmatch.
Taking the lead.
Oh man.
I'm taking fire.
Face.
Grenade out! Target down! Claymore set. Enemies in the area!
Oh, what the heck? That was a headshot, huh?
Reloading!
Enemy in the hazmat building.
Check your blood!
Enemy at the restaurant.
Reloading!
Reloading! Grenade out! Reloading! One dead!
Be advised, enemy personal radar active.
Okay.
Enemies in the area! Hostiles in the area!
Enemy UAV online.
Enemy at the restaurant.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Find cover.
Enemies in the area!
Enemy at the restaurant.
Enemies in the area! Taking fire!
Kapoop, kapoop. It wasn't
Enemy at the
shooting
restaurant.
at my screen, and
We're halfway there. Keep fighting.
was she there? when you're not looking at that window.
Enemy at the restaurant.
Enemy UAV online. Enemy UAV online.
Enemy at the restaurant.
Enemies in the area!
Enemy cluster strike. Find cover.
Enemy in the hazmat building.
Less than a minute, soldier. We're almost there. Bring it home. Be advised, enemy personal radar active. Time's almost up.
Enemies in the area!
Friendly care package down.
No set.
We made it look easy.
Stream's looking good. Let's see on the Facebook side. So Twitch and Mixer is looking good. How about on the Twitch? I mean on the Facebook. How was it? I'm probably gonna remove that FPS right there. It keeps blinking. Yeah, it seems fine. Although the webcam it's not that smooth. Oh, including the stream as well. That is weird on the Facebook side. Oh wait, I remember yesterday I wasn't. Oh, I didn't downclock my laptop, so that's probably it. That is why I'm probably getting the low FPS right now.